Soul Simmers, welcome in. My name is Ro and I make a lot of Sims videos. I hope you enjoy. Today I want to review with you guys the Divergent Sims Mod by ADeepIngido. If you're anything like me and you're struggling or living with a neurospicy condition, in my case it's ADHD, it is kind of sad sometimes that is not represented in the game. Luckily, we have modders to fix this for us, and today I'm going to walk you through what it is like to play with this mod in your game. I'm going to walk you through all the features. We're kind of going to experiment together. I haven't played with the mod, I just installed it. I decided to do kind of a live review today instead of fully preparing a video because I think it gives a more authentic reaction to the mod. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on the mod are, and let's just dive into it. To give you a little bit of context on the mod, I'm going to read out what the creator wrote on their website because it's literally the best description of the mod possible. This is a brand new, cohesive, comprehensive, modular mod that focuses on neurodiversity, self-esteem, mental health, evaluation, and treatments. This includes a detailed variety of 25 anxiety, developmental, learning mood, neurological, personality, body, eating, and mental health conditions affecting infants to elders. So basically, there is modules that you can install. So I also know that some of these topics might be a little bit triggering for people. So a little trigger warning at the beginning of the video. I'll try to not go into too many triggering topics. However, I haven't played with this mod, so I don't know what's coming up. This will be dealing with things like eating disorders. I know that bipolar disorder is one of the modules that I currently have installed. If this is not something for you and you, for instance, want to use it just to represent what you are dealing with in your life, may it be ADHD in my case, you can actually install it per module. There's like a core module that you need for all of them, but it will allow you to install just parts of this mod so you can kind of control whatever shows up in your game. I think that way you can make this mod, you can like adjust it to whatever you feel comfortable with playing. And I think that is a huge win on what the modder did with this one, because I know that some people like to have representation, but they also want to keep the game a place where they can cozy up and maybe just escape some of the things they're dealing with in real life. I would say that this mod is really nice for that because you can kind of customize what you'll have in game. Also, I fully understand if this mod is not your cup of tea at all, but I still wanted to showcase it because I think diversity is really important in gaming as well. Also, the modder themselves have put a disclaimer that this is not supposed to be 100% accurate representation of what it's like to live with any of these conditions. Please keep that in mind when watching this video or playing with the mod. Always make sure to educate yourself outside of stuff like this, but it is just here for people that want to add some inclusivity and diversity and representation in their game. But also, obviously, it is still a game and we are limited to the things that are possible in this game. So know that this is not a full way of how it is to live with these conditions. And also, everyone's experience is very, very personal and different. So once you load into the game, the modder said that if you want everything to like auto-assign and fully start up and everything, it takes 20 minutes. And I'm not sure if that's 20 minutes in-game or 20 minutes actual time for everything in the mod to fully load. I am hoping it is 20 minutes in game, but in the meantime, while we kind of wait for that, let's just explore all the things that we can already explore. Because if all is well, there should be an extra pie menu or something somewhere. So if you click on your sim and you go to actions and then ADeepIngido mod cheats, that's where the menu of this mod is hidden. So basically anything in this mod is supposed to be discovered through gameplay. So from what I understand of this mod, whenever your sim is born, there's like a random chance that they'll be either neurotypical or neurodivergent. You can also self-assign things. If your sim is neurodivergent, there is a chance that they will get assigned any disorder or condition randomly. So I think your sim can also be neurodiverse, but not specifically have a disorder or condition. You can also visit a psychiatrist to get medication and get treated. But since I said like it takes a little bit to start up and stuff and for the mod to fully load, I do see a new one which is called mental health services. So I definitely want to check that out a little bit. But let's go to actions, ADeepIngido mod cheats, and then Divergent Sim cheats. And I think you can here kind of like pick yourself if there is anything that you want to do. So you can like reset the undiagnosed status. So in her case, she's undiagnosed. She doesn't have any prescriptions. You can totally disable the mod. So for instance, if you're playing in a specific save file where you don't want this mod to take effect, it's really nice that you can disable it. You can decrease self-esteem level. So I think there's also like a thing where if you have a really low self-esteem, that can be part of one of your neurospicy disorders or conditions. And you can choose if she's neurotypical or neurodivergent. Obviously, for the purpose of this video, we're gonna make her neurodivergent. Sarah is neurodivergent. That means that this Sim's brain functions differently than most other Sims of the same age. Okay, that's really cool. Let's now see what happens when we click on mental health services. So we can do a psychiatric evaluation, which is 500 simoleons, but it's only available between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and on weekends from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, that's cool. I like that there's like different times. That feels kind of realistic. You cannot always go to your psychiatrist. You can actually also go to an initial therapist consultation, which is 300, so it's less. Sessions are only available, so same times. Then you can go to a support group alone or with others. So if you have other neurodivergent friends in the game, you can go together to a support group, which honestly feels so realistic for any one of you. If you have any experience living as a neurodivergent person, somehow we find each other. Like somehow we just click together and we become best friends. So, you know, going to a support group together makes so much sense in my brain. And there's also an online pharmacy, which I think you can only get stuff from if you have medications prescribed. So let's just check those things out. Let's just let the game run until it's 9 and we can actually go to a psychiatrist. Also, I just quickly checked her like simology panel and it doesn't give her a trait or anything so far, whether she is neurodivergent or not. So I don't think it shows up here. Maybe it will show up here as a trait once we have a diagnosis. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. It is 9, by the way. Oh, it's 9 p.m. I completely missed that. Oopsie daisies. You know what? Let's actually change the time. I just got a pop-up saying Sarah seems to be struggling lately. Maybe it is worth looking into a consultation with a psychiatrist for an evaluation. Oh, I love that. I love that like it was rolled as neurodiverse. Or like rolled, we assigned it, but you know, when you start playing a game, it could get rolled as neurodiverse and you won't necessarily know because there's no way to check it until your sim starts to struggle. And I feel like that's very realistic to living with neurodiversity IRL is like, you won't know when you're born or when you when you become a child or something, that this is something that you're struggling with or like this is something that you have until you start to struggle. And that's usually a first sign that you want to seek out help. So let's go to mental health services. Let's do an initial therapist consultation. That's gonna cost us 300 simoleons. I'm interested to see if you play with this mod and you're doing like a rags to riches or something, your sim will have so much extra struggle. Okay, she just went, so it is a rabbit hole event, meaning that she is just out of the house. It is not like an event that you actually go to. Initial therapist consultation. Does Sarah wish to continue with therapy? If so, she will become a patient of their therapist and can contribute to booking individual and group therapy sessions. They will continue for as long as the sim is eligible. Sure, let's sign up for therapy. Therapy is great. Therapy is good. If you need help, always get help. Now that we got an initial thing, we still don't have a specific trait, so I still don't know if there's like anything. Let's see, mental health services, we can stop therapy sessions and we can do a psychiatric evaluation. I've been struggling to say this word so badly. Let's actually go to this one because I think if we go there, that's where we could potentially get a diagnosis. Psychiatric diagnosis and treatment options. Upon evaluation, Sarah has been diagnosed with anxiety disorder, generalized anxiety disorder. Sims with this disorder experience heightened levels of anxiety and panic, which can affect their lives daily. She will need to learn to manage stress through exercise or meditation, as well as healthy eating. Regular therapy sessions are highly recommended. The psychiatrist presented options of medication. Is that something that she might be interested in? Oh, I really like that you can kind of customize whether you want to do medications or not. As a person who has always lived unmedicated, it's interesting to see that your Sims can explore that as well. I want to make very clear, I don't have anything against medication if you need it. It is definitely a really, really good way to help yourself and sometimes just give yourself like that nudge that allows you to feel happier and literally like manage the things that you're feeling inside. But also, if you want to try and do it unmedicated, there's a lot of like strategies and stuff that you can put in place with help of a therapist. And I think both options are equally valid. And I like that the modder implemented this into this mod as well. Therapy treatments and medication, just therapy treatments. Yes, just medication, no treatments right now. Ooh, that's interesting that you can do. Let's actually do therapy and medication for now, for the simple reason that we can like explore most of the mod. Pharmaceutical treatments don't work for everyone. Is Sarah sure that she wants to pursue medication as treatment? Yes, I'm sure. Let's just try it. And then it says the psychiatrist has recommended group therapy as a treatment option for Sarah. Group therapy can be a powerful option to both help know one is not alone and to also understand different coping methods from others who have tried them. The psychiatrist has written Sarah a prescription for an anxiolytic medication. Okay, the modder actually implemented like full medication names, which I cannot pronounce. So I'm just gonna pretend that I read that flawlessly and then we're gonna move on, okay? Okay, so now we can actually get our medications. Do we already have some in our inventory? We don't. So let's do mental health services. Oh, now we can actually do the online pharmacy and now we can get the thing like the medications. It's 50 bucks. I wonder how long we can use this for. It says 21 doses left. Okay, so that's basically in Sims terms, that's like 3 full weeks for 50. That's not bad. And I wonder like if you forget to take your medication, if you will also gain specific moodlets. I guess so. You do need the custom mood pack from Lumpy New for this mod to work, but that is probably because stuff like this actually has custom moodlets. She is now satisfied. Holding hysteria. The anxiety hasn't magically gone away, but the medication does help to balance Sarah's emotions a bit better. That's better than nothing, right? Okay, I like that. I like that the medication, it seems to be working for her, but I think you can also get moodlets where it like doesn't work. Now we are living with this. Let's just kind of try to live our lives and see what happens. And let's see if we play a bit, if certain moodlets pop up from her having this. And also now that we've got diagnosed, look, now that we got diagnosed, there is actually a like discovery trait in here as well, where you can kind of, it's called a reward trait, which is kind of funny because I don't think this is necessarily a reward in your life. But hey, I also say that ADHD is my superpower. So it's kind of like both, you know, it's a challenge and a reward, I would say. Sims with anxiety have heightened sense of worry and dread. They worry constantly about all things in life, and managing their worries is a lifelong process. I like that it shows up in your traits and kind of gives you a little bit of information about what the disorder or condition is about. That's very nice. Okay, I think it is like we've had some food. Let's actually go out to a public place and see if we can interact with some people, because I can imagine that specifically with anxiety, that is something that could trigger it. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works if we go to public places in the game. Also, there should be 50 interactions related to this mod that allows you to talk about mental health and things that you're struggling with other Sims. So I definitely want to see and check that out as well. Okay, we've made it to the library, which is really nice. Let's just go here and, oh, there's actually someone here. Hello, you're a librarian who's wearing a veil. You know what? To each their own. I'm not judging. If you want to wear a veil at work, I am not gonna judge. Let's actually do a funny introduction with her. Ooh, we have a negative one. Ooh, this is one. From medications. Sarah is fighting a battle of the belly and losing epically. Okay, so she got nauseous from the medication. There's actually side effects. That's interesting. I like that. I also wonder, like when I look at her traits, she is like creative and cheerful and gregarious, which is from her being like having the popular aspiration and completing it. In her specific case, I would say her traits might actually positively contribute to some of the things that she's experiencing with anxiety. So I wonder like how that goes together. If your Sim, for instance, is already like socially awkward and they have anxiety, if that ties in together. I'm pretty sure that this mod was made before some of the traits were introduced. And also if you have custom traits in your game, I don't think it will work. But it is interesting to realize that this is definitely part of their personality as a trait. And I think in general, traits all kind of intertwine to a certain degree. Also, she is tense. Social anxiety from being around new people. Sarah feels stressed from being in a social environment with others she doesn't know well. Poor Sarah, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm putting you through this. It's for mod testing, okay? Share stories of personal challenges. Okay, I definitely want to do that. I think that's really cute. And then let's see if there's like other things. I think Divergent Sims, there's like a whole separate pie menu for it. We can discuss our diagnosis. We can discuss our fears. We can explain our disorder. We can express our feelings, share concerns. We can share personal stories. We can talk about mental health. We can talk about struggles, and we can talk about the impact of diagnosis. I like that so much. That is so cool, because these are all things that like I try to do in real life, and like these are interactions that I have with people when I talk about my ADHD, and like I try to tell them about what it's like to live with it and try to inform them and stuff. Let's see if we interact with respectful introduction with more Sims, what will happen. She also now has a deep connection Building strong relationships with others is a cause for happiness. Okay, so she is like an outgoing and cheerful sim. Okay, he just walked out on us. I wanted to talk to you, but fine, you apparently don't want to talk to us. Let me go say hi to you. Respectful introduction. Okay, now that we met her, let's actually try some of those things. Divergent Sims, discuss diagnosis. You know, just go talk to a stranger about what you're experiencing. Social anxiety. Okay, she has social anxiety again. I was wondering like if that one gave a specific thing. Talk about struggles. It's almost like she's in a therapy session here. Explain disorder. Look at her explaining what it is to Levi. That's cute. It looks like Levi's understanding, right? No? First impressions are strong. Nothing to do about it. The sim just isn't inspiring any kinship in Sarah. Okay, I wonder if that is from this mod. I guess it's not, because I also have a mod that is called First Impressions, which allows you, if you like meet a sim, I don't think they like each other very much, it will give you like a sentiment as a first impression. And that also uses the custom mood pack from Lumpy News. So I'm guessing that in this case, that one came from the First Impression mod. But considering that I have multiple mods installed and it's like all giving me more storytelling hooks and things, I'm really liking this so far. I think this is so cool. And it is so realistic as well. I do wonder if you're playing with like multiple sims, if like for instance with the new burnout feature that they added with, what was it? Was it High School Years or Growing Together? I think it was Growing Together. Like the burnout feature, I think it happens far too often. Like I know that younger people these days, this day and age, like burn out a lot. That's a topic for another day. But I have to say, I feel like it's too intense in the game. Like every single sim goes through a burnout and I just don't think that's very realistic, especially if you're doing like healthy gameplay and your sim has like a healthy work-life balance and stuff, they still get a burnout. I wonder how that is with this mod, like how intense it's going to be if you're playing with multiple sims. But I guess time will tell if you guys install this mod as well. Let me know if you have any experience with this. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious. One thing I want to test out is I also kind of want to see what happens. We cannot go to, okay, so we cannot go to support groups because of the time. Oh, you can also go to family support. So you can go to, oh, so hold up. We already had support groups, but now that we took the advice from our psychiatrist to also go to therapy, we can either do group therapy because that's what they recommended. I'm guessing you can also do individual therapy if that matches with your diagnosis. And you can do family support therapy. I love that. That's amazing. That's such a cool feature because if you're playing with a family and like one of the kids gets diagnosed, you can use that totally. But let me see, the timing is between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and it is Saturday. So let's actually skip ahead again to Sunday morning 9 a.m. because I really want to test out. Oh, it says that she's struggling again. Oh no, poor her. I mean, that would be a perfect time to go to therapy, right? Why can I not go? Intervention therapies are available from Monday to Friday. Oh, sessions are only available, but I guess because we're a single sim, we cannot really go with our family. So let's swap ahead again and like go to the next day, 9 a.m. So now it's Monday. Let's go to, oh, now we can do the family support. Why can I still not? Oh, it's how many times? Okay. Not me showing off my ADHD while recording a video about neurodivergence. This is embarrassing. I literally read this how many times now? It says Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. What do? I skip to 9 a.m. on Sunday. Then to 9 a.m. on Monday. Let's not perceive this. Let's go to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Now we should be able to, why am I still not able to go? Hello? It is a Monday, 3 p.m. Okay, maybe it's not me, okay? But we can actually go to a therapy session. So let's do that right after. Also, I just saw a brand new moodlet pop up. She's concerned. Fractious finances from anxiety disorder. Sarah's bills are piling up and it just seems like there's never enough to go around. Try making a budget to help combat the stress. Wait, you can, hold up. How does one make a budget? More choices? How do I do that? Because I like that thought. Like, is that actually a thing we can do in game? Because this is just cheating. Is it something that we have to do on the computer? Let me see. I mean, that would make sense, right? Holy butts, that's so cool. So she got anxious about having to pay bills and feeling like she doesn't have enough money. So she can actually go and make a budget. I didn't realize this mod to be like this extensive. I know that like mods can be so extensive, but it is so I'm like, this is just one. We're literally just exploring anxiety right now. This whole mod comes with like a bunch of conditions and disorders, allowing you to have so much more diversity in game and like kind of allowing your sims. This feels very realistic to me. I have this too. Like Like, I sometimes just wake up in the morning, I'm like, damn, I need to do shit today, but I can't because I'm so stressed about this one particular thing, and then I just have to sit down and fix something for myself. I love that that is in game now too. I wonder if it will like go down because we made a budget, or if there's gonna be like a moodlet from us making a budget. Also, if you have the custom mood pack installed, as you can see, concerned is not like a default emotion in the game. But it is nice. I think the custom mood pack has like a bunch of extra emotions that kind of make it feel like your sim doesn't go from like super happy to really sad, and there's like more nuanced, more diverse emotions in the game in general, and that's something that I really, really like, to be honest. Sarah doesn't have an appointment with the psychiatrist yet. Maybe this is something that should be done sooner rather than later. Okay. You know what? Let me make sure to actually go to a therapy session. Although I want to have her finish like that budget first. Oh, she finished her budget. We didn't get a specific moodlet from it though. So I think it just helps, maybe like it gets down how long your sim will experience this moodlet, but it doesn't necessarily give you a new one, or maybe not for this specific action. Maybe for other ones it does. Also, I just realized we skipped 2 days and we haven't taken any medications. That's going to be so interesting. An ADHD simmer playing with a sim who's supposed to take medications. I can guarantee you I'm going to forget that like 95% of the time. So we're going to have to hack that in a way of like setting an alarm or something. That would be a nice feature, you know, if you could set reminders in the game. This game is starting to feel too much like my real life. Needing to alarms and reminders for everything not to forget something. Okay, she just came back from a therapy session. She's now focused. Sarah got a lot off her mind and off her chest and feels ready to focus on any new problems head on after that great session today. Awesome. Okay, is there anything else? Feeling flirty from condition positivity upswing. Sarah is not sure what her feelings why she's feeling all flirty all of a sudden, but best to just go with the flow. I love that. There's like a mood swing with it. That makes so much sense. Your brain just going all over the place. I feel so validated right now. She has social anxiety again because she's in a place with new people. And she has clinical anxiety. Sometimes Sarah feels anxious and she isn't quite sure why. I love this very random mix of emotions. Like, her therapy session was very productive, but at the same time, she's still feeling social anxiety and clinical anxiety, but she's also flirty. Like, this hits home, okay? Just not knowing what you feel, being like, yeah, I don't know. I feel all of this at the same time. I think this is so fun to have in game, even though it's weird to say that it's fun to have in game, but it feels so real. And it gives my Sims personality, and it gives them like depth and more, and like actual emotions. I feel like this is giving my Sims actual emotions that make sense. Like, you're feeling a weird mix of things. To my personal experience, I'm never only experiencing like the things that your Sims experience. Like, they're like confident and happy, and I'm like, okay, that's nice, but where is the anxiety in this? So this is really, really nice. Okay, one last thing I really want to try, but we're gonna have to do another like time jump. Let me first take our medication, and then we're gonna have to do another time jump because I really, really, really want to try out the group session and see what kind of moodlet we get from that. But the support group is from 4 to 8 p.m. every day, 4 to 8 p.m. Okay, so let's skip to the next day, 4 p.m. And now I think I just need to have it load for a little bit to realize that we skipped so much time again. Okay, let's go to a support group. I'm curious if we click with others, if that means that we get to select who we go with. I feel like we click it, but nothing happens. I think that might be because if you go to a support group with others, that kind of means that you have to go with people in your household. Because if I say attend support group alone, I get to pick. Caregiver support group, a support group for parents, guardians, and caregivers of those with developmental and mental health conditions. You can go to a support group if your kid is neurodivergent and you are not. Youth support group, a youth-only support group for behavioral and emotional support. I wish that was a thing when I was a kid. I would have loved to go to that one. A support group for those with mental health issues and developmental disorders and their families. Okay, we're gonna go to that one. And then let's see if she comes back, like if it gives us a specific mood or anything. Okay, we're back. Relieved. She's feeling relieved. Supportive group. Being around others who support Sarah is an invaluable emotional lift. This is like healing things inside me, you know? This is making me so happy. I love that this is part of the game now. I don't think I'll ever take out this mod. I might disable it in certain saves, but I'm not gonna take it out anymore. I certainly hope it won't break anytime soon because I'm obsessed. I think that does conclude my review of this mod. Let me know if you like videos in this style where I'm kind of just play testing a mod or like experiencing it for the first time. I made a list up front to kind of go through all the features in the mod, but let me know if you've been playing with this mod a lot and I missed something that is like a part of this mod that you really enjoy. I highly recommend downloading it because it's sincerely one of the best mods I've tested in a while. Also, I made sure to download everything in the description box down below, like the mods that you need, the additional ones, and the main mod. Feel free to check it out. Also, feel free to show like ADeepIngido lots of love on all the platforms. I think their username is the same everywhere, but honestly, this is such a great mod and I am obsessed with it, so thank you for making it. If you like this video, it did take quite a while to make because I needed to prepare everything and obviously like play through the whole mod and stuff. So feel free to toss the video a cheeky like because I would really appreciate that. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, or any of my other videos on the channel that I've already done that are surrounding mods and CC, feel free to click that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I also have my own Let's Play going on, so feel free to check that out on the channel as well. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, everyone!